YouTube is about to change forever, and 99% of channels don't even realize what's happening or how it's going to affect them. I know this because I'm in the trenches of YouTube, producing over 100 videos every single month for the 20 plus channels that I run, many of which I've grown from 0 subscribers to the biggest in their niche, with each one generating over $100,000 per month in sales. My team and I spend hundreds of hours per week researching YouTube to find what's working right now, so when something changes on the platform, I am one of the first to know about it. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 5 biggest shifts to YouTube that I see happening within the coming months, so that you can stay ahead of the curve and grow your channel faster, instead of falling behind and letting competitors in your niche beat you. The first shift I'm seeing happening right now is that the skill barrier to succeed on YouTube is rising exponentially. When we look at what it took to win on YouTube 10 years ago, all you really needed was a good video with really good editing that engaged the viewers and kept them hooked, and then a clickbaity title and thumbnail that would get them to click. And that would be enough to succeed, but now YouTube has evolved to such a level where that would no longer work anymore. And this shift is happening because of 2 key forces: the accessibility of information and the advancement of technology. Today, any inexperienced creator has access to the exact same strategies that 5 years ago were the meta and only the top YouTubers knew about. Not only that, but now we have YouTube tools that we have never seen before in YouTube's history due to the advancement of technology and AI. For example, with a tool like 1 of 10, you can find the most successful videos on the platform in a given niche with just a few clicks. And to add fuel to the fire, now we have AI, which is essentially an omniscient being, which you can ask any question to, and it will feed back to you the best and most current strategies and tactics that you ask for. So now it's easier than ever for a below average channel that doesn't really know much about YouTube to make a high quality video. As a result of this, old strategies and tactics, like for example the copying outliers strategy, are becoming far less effective. Because everyone has access to the same tools and information, it no longer requires any skill to make a good video. And so what was once an advantage is now the baseline, and meeting that baseline is not enough to break through and actually succeed. You have to understand that YouTube is a winner-take-all platform. When your video appears on the YouTube homepage or in search, it is in direct competition with numerous other videos. To get views and succeed, you have to consistently get your video clicked on over all of the others. The channel that succeeds the most in any given niche and ultimately becomes the biggest is the one that consistently wins that game. Any channel can have a one-off viral success, but to do that repeatedly over and over again, you can't rely on luck. You have to have a YouTube system that is the best in your niche. To build this system, first you need to understand that the best system isn't universal. For example, the best system for one niche might mean world-class editing and high-quality production, whereas for another niche, it might actually mean more raw and authentic videos because that's what that audience prefers. So the best system is the one that's designed specifically for your target market. To define what that system looks like, you need to deeply understand 2 things. One is your target market. Who are they? What are their demographics? What do they value most in the content they watch? Is it straight to the point value, or is it a mix of entertainment and education? Number 2 is your niche landscape. And to find out this, you need to research the channels currently succeeding in your niche to see what they are doing to attract and keep your target market's attention. From this understanding, you can immediately adapt parts of your system, like your editing style or recording setup, to best suit the audience that you're trying to build. Having said that, this doesn't solve everything, because for the most important parts, which is the idea and the packaging of that idea, title and thumbnail, yes, you'll understand which topics your target audience are probably interested in, but how do you actually package that into a winning idea, title and thumbnail that performs well? And you don't just want to copy your direct competitors because they're the ones that you're trying to beat. This is where the single most important part of your system comes in: consistent YouTube research. This allows you to get better information than anyone else in your niche on what's working best on YouTube right now. Things like title formats, thumbnail styles, as well as trending and emerging topics that you can use to capture your target market's attention. When you have better information than anyone else, paired with good execution, you're pretty impossible to beat. But to do YouTube research, you don't just want to aimlessly wander around YouTube trying to find what's working. You want to use the depth-first search method, which is an algorithm designed to explore every single corner of a niche so that you can find absolutely everything. First, use an AI tool like ChatGPT to generate a list of core seed keywords for your niche. Search the first term on that list, find the first successful video with a high view count, and open that creator's channel in a new tab, leaving the original tab open. Using the 1 of 10 extension, you can quickly identify all of the biggest outliers on that channel within the past 6 to 12 months. Log every interesting outlier with unique packaging into a simple database. You can use Google Sheets or Google Docs for this, or even Notion. I'll leave a link to the free one I use in the description. Once you've exhausted that channel and found all significant outliers, close the tab, go back to the original search results, and repeat the process with the next successful video. Continue this until the entire search term is exhausted, and then move on to the next keyword in your list and repeat this process for the entire list. This ensures that you don't miss anything if you follow this process all the way through, because you will have explored every single corner of your niche. And as you do this, you're not just collecting outlier videos, you'll also start to build patterns between them. For example, you'll start to see outliers that share the same format of title or style of thumbnail or type of video. Once you find these, you can also log these patterns in your database, and then you can take these and apply them to your own niche where they haven't been done before. If you want my full in-depth guide on how to do YouTube research using the depth-first search method, I'll leave a link to the video in the description so that you can go to that video after you've watched this video all the way through. Moving on, the second major shift you need to be aware of is that AI is going to take over, and it's absolutely inevitable. Over the past few years, since AI has become mainstream, it hasn't really been that useful when it comes to YouTube. But now, we are finally at a stage where it is going to fundamentally change how we do every single aspect of YouTube. And not to be cliche, but those who don't learn how to use AI and don't take advantage of it will be left behind. Just to be clear, this doesn't mean that human creators are going to be replaced, but what it does mean is that you have to become this YouTube cyborg and leverage AI as a competitive advantage. You still need to be an expert in your niche, but think of AI like your Iron Man suit. Tony Stark is a genius, and his suit multiplies that. AI allows you to create better videos in less time, allowing you to win on both quality and speed. So here's how you can become a YouTube cyborg right now. For ideas, you want to create a detailed target audience persona, which you can do using the free worksheet in the link in the description. And then you can feed that into an AI like ChatGPT, or personally I use Manus, to get tailored video ideas and YouTube advice specific to the goal of attracting your target audience. For scripting your videos, you can record a long voice message where you brain dump information of what you want to talk about in a given video, and then you can have AI structure it into a script. Then you can vibe with it back and forth to get the final script you want, saving you countless hours and making it a way better script in the process. And I know this works because I used it for this exact video that you're watching right now. Everything I'm saying is from my brain and my own information, but AI has helped me structure it and word things in the best way. For editing, AI can't fully edit your videos yet. I expect within the next year or so it will be able to, but for now you can use Descript to accelerate the process of cutting your videos, removing any dead space or filler words or mistakes, and then you can use Sora 2 for AI generated B-roll and clips, and you can use Hera for generating AI motion graphics. There are also a bunch of other options for those tools that have the exact same use case, but those are just some recommendations. And for thumbnails, AI is really good at brainstorming thumbnail concepts. Although there aren't any perfect AI thumbnail generators yet, there are some that you can play around with. One's called Pixels, and you can see if it suits your use cases. But personally, I don't use these. I just use AI to help me conceptualize thumbnails and give me ideas. You don't need to use AI in every part of the process, especially if it doesn't make sense to. But if you want to stay ahead of the competition, you do need to figure out how to use it to improve your own workflow to make better videos faster. That's how you can use AI to make better videos and stay ahead of the curve. What I also need to talk about is the new shift that's happening because of AI. And this This shift is the domination of cult-like personal brands. Because of AI, you can get expert-level information around any given topic that you know nothing about within a few button presses. And this means that anyone can make a valuable video in any niche, even if they know nothing about the topic. The result of this is that having great information and being an expert is no longer enough to stand out. And also, because anybody can make a video around really any given topic, the supply of content and competition around a given topic is increasing drastically. Even still, with all of that happening, the best videos still win, as YouTube is a winner-take-all platform, and that is just how the platform is built. But it does shift what the best video actually means. The creators that win and make the best videos are the ones who leverage their own unique experience, insights, and stories to make videos that are more personal and authentic to their viewers, while also making them completely uncopyable. To make sure that you adapt to this shift and position yourself as one of these cult-like personal brands that succeeds over the coming years on YouTube, you need to do a few things. One, you need to inject a lot more personal stories into your content, because that is what makes the videos unique to you and you only. Anybody can talk about and give advice on a topic, and AI can pull that information. But what AI can't do is talk about actual real life experience that happened. This will prove that you actually are in the trenches doing the thing that you are educating them about, so that they can trust that you actually know what you're talking about, versus you have used AI to script your video and you don't really know what you're talking about, therefore building more trust. On top of that, you need to bring your own results into your content, talking about client transformation or your own transformations that you've had as a result of the lessons and advice you are giving them. And another thing is, make sure that you're being personal and authentic, because in this world of AI generated content, people are going to revert back to trusting in human feeling content more. That's likely part of why we've been seeing raw videos on YouTube do so well. People are craving authenticity and human connection in this era of AI. The thing is, although AI knows pretty much everything if you prompt it right, most people when making videos with AI will get the surface level information from AI. And so all the information will feel the same of the videos that are being produced. So all you need to do is stand out with the information that you're delivering and how you are delivering that information, which will separate you from all of the people who are leveraging and leaning too much into AI to create their videos. So make sure you're implementing all of that if you haven't already, to make sure that your brand stays strong long term. Now, the next shift we're seeing is the gold rush in educational content on YouTube. For many years on YouTube, educational content has actually been a very untapped opportunity. The reason for this is simple. Everybody uses YouTube, and everybody uses YouTube for education. But in most educational niches, the people and the experts who are providing these videos and have the knowledge to actually teach and educate aren't good at YouTube. So in a lot of educational niches, there aren't actually any good YouTube videos to serve the people that are demanding that content. Demand is high and supply is low, meaning there is a huge opportunity there. And it's been like this for the longest time, but now more than ever, fuel has been added to the fire, and this has happened because Google search has completely changed since AI. When you now use Google search or any other search engine, your search results are flooded with AI generated content. You have an AI overview at the top, and then loads of the websites that you click on underneath are also generated by AI. And this has caused everyone who uses these search engines to not actually trust the information that is being fed to them, because they want information from a real person. This is why Reddit is increasing in popularity too, because that is a platform where people go to answer other people's questions, not AI. We're seeing this right now with the videos that are being made in educational niches on YouTube. For example, this video right here, where the majority of its traffic actually came from Google search, not YouTube. So if you can just cross this skill barrier and do YouTube right, all of a sudden it's very easy to take all of the market share in your niche. I know this firsthand because I run some of the most successful channels in a lot of these educational niches on YouTube. Niches like paid advertising, lead generation, cold email marketing, LinkedIn, you name it. To capitalize on this, your goal is to make the best videos in your niche. And this comes back to what I talked about earlier about building the best YouTube system. So you can always go back back to that part of the video to understand how exactly to make the best videos in your niche. By the way, if you want to ensure that you have the best YouTube system in your niche without having to try and figure it out yourself and then actually build it, check out the link in the description because I might have something for you there. We do this for businesses all of the time, so click the link in the description and see if you're a good fit. The last key shift I'm going to talk about is one that is a prediction that I see happening within the coming months on YouTube, and that is the release of new features that open up game-changing opportunities to both grow your channel and also monetize your channel. We've even seen a taste of this recently with YouTube's new collaborations feature, which creators have been using to growth hack their channel from zero. Alex Hormozi used it to grow his new clips channel to thousands of subscribers in a month. NFL collaborated with MrBeast to grow their YouTube channel. And even I've personally used this feature to grow my clients' YouTube channels from zero to hundreds of subscribers and thousands of views from the very first video, starting from complete zero. I think we'll see more of this with YouTube going forward, but especially on the monetization side of things. Right now, more than ever, creators and brands are realizing the earning potential on YouTube. You have creators like Alex Hormozi who have used YouTube to help build their portfolio of companies to over $200 million a year. You have Iman Gatsi who has made hundreds of millions of dollars and will be a billionaire, all stemming from YouTube. And then you have MrBeast who is a billionaire with YouTube being his core platform. And it makes sense. YouTube is the best platform to monetize a brand because of all the trust that you build through these long form videos. You don't build anywhere near as much trust with somebody on Instagram Reels or TikTok, for example. So I think YouTube are going to lean into this and introduce new features that help your average creator monetize their audience better. Maybe something like a YouTube DMs feature, like Instagram has their DMs feature, which allows you to contact and speak to your audience directly, which if that was introduced, this will open up a whole world of new opportunities to be able to grow your channel, but also make money from YouTube and monetize your content. To make sure you don't miss out on this potential opportunity, you need to pay close attention to any new features that YouTube announce. You can do this simply by consistently checking YouTube's social media accounts to see when they announce anything, and also following and being subscribed to creators that announce this sort of information as soon as it comes out so that you can be early to it. For example, on my YouTube channel, if you subscribe, you're going to be delivered my videos as soon as they come out around these new features. And the most important thing you need to be doing is building your audience now, because when these new features drop, you want to be able to use that on your existing audience. But if you have no audience to use those features with, then you're not going to be able to effectively capitalize. So those are the key shifts that are happening to YouTube right now that you need to be aware of. But this is only half the battle, because you still need to know what videos do you actually make to grow your channel. These shifts aren't going to carry your YouTube growth. Ultimately, the most important thing is making the right videos. So to help with that, watch this video right here, because I go through 3 types of videos that I am seeing work the best on YouTube, backed by the over 1,000 plus videos that I have made. And most of the successful ones fell into one of 3 types. And I go over those types in this video. So click that and I'll see you over there.